Hi designers, here welcome back. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how to draft and cut this overlap blazer jacket. It is very simple, detailed and beginner friendly. So if this looks like what you're interested in, please watch this video till the end. And if this is your first time on this channel, please click on the subscribe button, like, share and drop a comment. I'm going to be drafting the front block of the jacket first. And when drafting, I'll be drafting on fold because of the overlap effects. The first thing to do is to come down by 3 inch from the top of the paper like this. You go ahead to mark the 3 inch all the way, after which you connect the point together with a straight line. This 3 inch is for the allowance for the built-up neckline. After marking this, the next thing to do is to go in by 5 inch on the center front for the overlap that the jacket is going to be having. So I'll mark this 5 inch all the way to the hem, after which I'll connect the point together with a straight line. Next, I'll be marking my vertical measurement. So from this line here, I'll go ahead to mark my shoulder to bust point. My shoulder to bust point is 10.5 inch. I'll mark that. After marking that, I'll mark my shoulder to waist, which is 17 inch. Then I'll go ahead to mark the shoulder to the full length. So the length of the paper is going to be serving as my full length. Just go ahead to mark your full length. Then from this waistline, I'll come down by 9 inch to get the hip depth line. After marking this, I'll go ahead to draw horizontal lines at the point I just marked, like you see me doing in the video. Next, I'll go ahead to start inserting my body circumference measurement. So all measurement will be taken from this line here. The first measurement I'll be marking is my shoulder divided by 2. I'll go ahead to mark it at this point. After marking that, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, after which I'll go ahead to insert my armhole depth line from that shoulder slope and mark like this. Next, I'll go ahead to draw the armhole line with my ruler like this. Then I'll draw the chest line. Next, I'll go ahead to insert my bust measurement on the chest line. So my bust measurement divided by 4 is 9 inch. I'll mark that. After marking that, I'll move over to the waist and I'll insert my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 7.5 inch. After marking that, I'll mark 1 inch extra for the waist start. On the hip depth line, I'll insert my hip measurement divided by 4 and I'll go ahead to mark that. So if you want yours to have ease, go ahead to add your ease to whatever measurement you are marking. I'll go ahead to mark the same thing I marked on the hip depth line on the hem of the dress, after which I'll connect the sides together with my ruler like this. Next, I'll go ahead to insert the dart. So before doing that, I'll be marking half of my bust pan measurement on the bust point line, on the waistline, and also on the full length line. After marking the bust pan measurement, I'll connect the point together with a straight line like this. After connecting, I'll go ahead to mark out a waist out of 0.5 inch on both sides of the waistline. Then on the bust point line, I'll come down by 1 inch and mark. On the hip depth line, I'll be going up by 2 inch and mark, or you go ahead to come down by 6 inch from the waistline and mark. That is the point where the dart is going to be stopping. After marking this, I'll draw the dart leg with my ruler like this. Next, I'll move over to the shoulder line and I'll go ahead to mark the neck width. For the neck width, I'll go ahead to mark a neck width of 3 inch like this. After marking that, I'll draw the shoulder slope with my ruler like this. Once I'm done doing this, from this point where the neck width is, I'm going to be going up by 2 inch. This 2 inch is going to be the height of the built-up neckline. If you want yours higher, you can go ahead to mark 2.5 inch or 3 inch, depending on how high you want it to be. Next, from this point here, I'll be coming in by 0.5 inch and mark. After marking that, I'll connect that 0.5 inch to the shoulder slant with my ruler like this. Just go ahead to place the curved part of the ruler like this. Then you go ahead to connect the 0.5 inch to the shoulder slope. After connecting to the shoulder, the next thing to do is to determine where you want the overlap to start from. So for me, I'm going to be working with the waistline. What I go ahead to quickly do now is to draw a straight line into the overlap allowance I have at this point, like you see me doing in the video. After extending the line, the next I'll do is to connect this height of the collar to the waistline. But before doing that, I'll go ahead to draw a simple round neck at this point. So I just came down by 3 inch for the neck depth. This is going to be serving as a guide. After doing this, the next I'll do now is to place the curve part of my ruler like this, and I'll try to connect this collar height to the waistline with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So you can actually go ahead to connect this with a straight line if you want, and you can also go ahead to connect it with a curved line like you see me doing in the video. So after connecting, this is what you're going to be having for the front neckline. The next thing to do now is to move over to the hem. So on the hemline, from this overlap allowance I have here, I'll be going in by 2 inch. So I will advise you go in by 2 inch because I did 3 inch here. I discovered it was too wide. So when making yours, go in by 2 inch or even 1 inch. After doing that, go ahead to connect it to the waistline with a ruler like you see me doing in the video. So after connecting it, this is what you're going to be having. The next thing I'll go ahead to quickly do now is to head over to the armhole to draw the front armhole. So I'll divide what I have on the armhole depth line into two. Then I'll go in by 0.5 inch on the midpoint, after which I'll draw the front armhole curve with my ruler like this. So basically this is it for the front block. So if you want to sew it, you can decide to just sew in your dart, but if you don't want to sew in your dart, you can go ahead to draw a tie line, either a shoulder tie line or an armhole tie line. So for the armhole tie line, all you need to do is to locate the midpoint of the armhole depth line. Then you go ahead to connect it to the bust point with your ruler like you see me doing in the video. So if you want to achieve an armhole tie line, this is what you have to do. But if you want it to have a shoulder tie line, all you need to do is to locate the midpoint of your shoulder slant. So from the neck width, measure what you have, divide it by 2, then go ahead to connect it to the bust point. That is how to achieve a shoulder tie line. That is, if you want it to be straight, like this is what to do. So either ways will work. If you want an armhole tie line, go ahead to create it. If you want a shoulder tie line, go ahead to create it. So basically this is it for the front block of the blazers we are making. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. So when drafting the front, you're going to be drafting it on fold because of the overlap effect we have on the front. So when cutting now, you're going to be cutting one part of the slanted part on the hem of the blouse. This part you see me touching, you're going to go ahead to cut one part, not both parts, because if you should cut the both of them at the same time, you have a very wide opening at the front. So just go ahead to cut one part, then the other side will be left the way it is. After cutting that, just go ahead to cut the remaining part of the body. And if you want to maintain the armhole tie line you have, you go ahead to cut out your dart, and if you are sewing in the dart, just go ahead to cut out the sides. Sorry guys, my camera stopped recording without me knowing, but what I did was to just cut out the side, then I went ahead to cut out the neckline, and I cut out the front like so. Then for the dart, I cut out my dart and I cut through the armhole tie that I drew. So this is what the front is going to look like once you're done cutting. So I'm just going to go ahead to open it up for you to see what the jacket is going to look like after sewing. So when sewing, this part with the slant effect is going to be on the other part that is complete, and here we have the sides of the jacket. So basically this is it for the front block of the jacket. It is very simple. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to head over to drafting of the back block of the jacket. So for the back, I came down by 3 inch for the height of the collar like I did for the front. Then I went ahead to mark my shoulder to waist, shoulder to hip depth line, and the full blouse length of the jacket we are making. So the next I'll be doing now is to go in by 0.5 inch on the center back. So this is going to help make the back to relax properly without you having any form of bulge at that point. So let's go ahead to mark the 0.5 inch on the waistline like this. Then I'll connect it back to the upper part of the back like so, and I'll come down by 6 inch from the waistline and I'll connect it all the way down like you see me doing in the video. So the next I'll go ahead to do now is to insert the shoulder measurement on the shoulder line here. So I'll mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, then I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, after which I will insert the armhole depth line like this. Then I'll go ahead to draw the armhole depth line and also draw the chest line for the back. Next, I'll go ahead to insert my bust measurement divided by 4 on the chest line. On the waistline, I'll insert my waist measurement divided by 4, starting from the center back. Then I'll mark 1 inch extra for the waist dart. Then on the hip line, I'll go ahead to insert my hip measurement divided by 4, and I'll mark the same thing on the hem of the blouse. After marking this, I'll just go ahead to connect the sides together with my ruler like this. So next I'll go ahead to draw the dart for the back. So I'll be marking half of my bust part measurement on the waistline, on the chest line, and also on the blouse length line. After marking this, I'll connect the point together with a straight line like this. After connecting it, I'll go ahead to mark a depth of 0.5 inch on both sides of the waistline. Then on the hip depth line, I'll go up by 2 inch and mark. After which, I'll draw the dart with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So I'm not coming down by 1 inch from the chest line. I'll just go ahead to connect it all the way to the chest line. Then I'll connect the lower part to the 2 inch I came up by on the hip depth line. I hope we understand. The next thing I'll go ahead to do now is to draw the armhole for the jacket we are making. After connecting it, I'm just going to go ahead to draw the armhole style line like I did for the front. So just go ahead to locate any point on the armhole and connect it to the chest line with your ruler like you see me doing in the video. So after drawing the style line, next thing to do is to head over to the neck. You go ahead to mark your neck width of 3 inch like you did for the front. Then go ahead to draw the shoulder slant. After marking that, I'll go ahead to mark the height of the collar, which is 2 inch. So whatever height you use for the front, make sure you use the same height for the back also. Then you go ahead to draw the straight line like this. Once you're done doing that, you're going to be coming in by 0.5 inch at this point like this and mark. Then you go ahead to connect that 0.5 inch to the shoulder slope with the curved part of your ruler like this. So after connecting, this is what it's going to look like. The next I'll be doing now is to extend the collar height all the way to the center back like this. After extending it, I'll be coming down by 0.5 inch on the center back and mark, after which I'll connect it with the curved part of my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So this is what the back is going to look like. This is it for the back of the jacket we are making. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. Like I mentioned earlier, if you don't want to separate the back, just go ahead to sew in your dart. But if you want it separate, go ahead to insert the style line like I did. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut it out like you see me doing in the video. So after cutting, this is what the back is going to look like. I'm yet to divide it. So make sure that when you place the front on the back, the neckline and the shoulder are aligning. If they're not aligning, go ahead to make the adjustments when necessary. Make sure that they are both aligning so that when sewing the piece together, you will not have any issue. So guys, this is it for today's tutorial. If you find it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and drop a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye.